Dr. Narendra Jadhav.
Thank you. Thank you, Vice Chairman, sir. I rise to wholeheartedly support this prudent budget. Sir, every budget has a very specific global and national context. What was the global context for this budget? This year, the preceding year, 2019, has been the year that was marked by slowest growth in the world economy in last 10 years. In fact, in the 3 years from 2017 to 2019, the global economic growth slowed down by a full percentage point from 3.8% to 2.9%. In addition to that, there were a number of uncertainties in the geopolitical situation in the world, including the US-China trade war, US-Iran geopolitical tensions, and China coronavirus, and so on. So it was under exceptionally difficult circumstances that this budget was presented, and this warranted a very prudent budget. These circumstances warranted a very prudent budget, and that is precisely what the Honorable Finance Minister has done by presenting this prudent budget. Sir, there was a talk about growth rate of 10%. Punia ji and many others mentioned the growth rate of 10%. The Finance Minister has explained, but it was not understood properly, that 10% growth was nominal growth for 2021, and that comprises real growth plus the inflation. So inflation-adjusted growth is not 10%. Nobody is claiming that it would be 10%. It would be around 6 to 6.5% next year, and the rest would be because of the inflation. So it is wrong to assume that the government is working on an unrealistic assumption of 10% real GDP growth next year. There has been a slowdown of growth. We all know that. And in 1920, the growth rate was 5%, and 2021 it is expected to be, the real GDP growth rate, as per the economic survey, is expected to be between 6 and 6.5%. Admittedly, while this growth rate, current growth rate of 5%, admittedly, while it is less than our potential growth rate, I hasten to add that there is no recession whatsoever. The talk about mandi and recession is completely misleading. Recession technically is a situation where in 2 consecutive quarters, if the real GDP growth rate becomes negative, then only it can be called recession. Are we anywhere near that minus growth rate? We are not. We are, although we are below our potential growth rate, a solid 5% is enviable growth rate looking at the growth rates of other countries in the world. So I'm not saying there is any room for complacency, but it is wrong to say that we are in the throes of a recession or in throes of mandi. Because if irresponsible statements are made, there is always a risk of it becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. And to avoid that, I think we should have a realistic idea. Our fundamentals are strong, as it has been said. FDI has grown from $190 billion to $284 billion in the years 2014 to 2019. Foreign exchange reserves are about $450 billion, which is unprecedented level. Central government debt has come down, and more importantly, green shoots are already visible.
Please.
Green shoots are already visible. Green shoots, sir, are already visible. If you look at the IIP, Index of Industrial Production, in November 2019, it was merely 1.8%, but that has jumped in October 2009. No, it has jumped by marginally. It has jumped. So there are some green shoots which you can see. The most important thing about this budget is that while it was presented in exceptionally tough circumstances, the Honorable Finance Minister did not take any shortcut. for economic recovery. Honorable Finance Minister faced the hard reality squarely and transparently without covering it up. For example, the budget deficit as a ratio of GDP, fiscal deficit as a ratio of GDP was expected to be 3.3% this year, 1920. It turned out to be 3.8%. So there was a slippage of half a percentage point. In absolute terms, there was a slippage of 63,000 crores, and that was because of the revenue shortfall of 113,000 crore and disinvestment shortfall of about 30,000 crore. This has been admitted and completely presented with complete transparency without fudging. That is what was done earlier. So there is no fudging. There is a complete transparency here that has to be noted. Now, the next year's budget, coming financial year's fiscal deficit has been placed at 3.5%. Many people have said that this is unrealistic. Is the number unrealistic? One reason that is often given is that the disinvestment target, which is placed by the Honorable Finance Minister for next year, is 210,000 crore, which is apparently on high side given the track record for last 2 years. However, it is not properly appreciated. There is a likelihood of an exceptionally sharp increase in direct tax revenues. And where would that come from? That would come from Vivad Se Vishwas scheme. Sir, there are 4,83,000 direct tax cases pending in various appellate forums. And those who pay the amount of disputed taxes before a certain date will get away without any penalty or without any additional interest cost. And this can bring in very large amount of revenues, and that is what would make this number, 3.5% of GDP, quite realistic. Sir, there is another criticism that this budget is not going to help the economic growth immediately. This is simply not true. Actually, the Honorable Finance Minister's focus in this budget is on achieving durable, sustainable economic growth. The budget is directed towards achievement of sustainable growth and not any quick fixes. In this budget, there is an unprecedented focus on foreign investment, which is most appropriate. Sir, I have no doubt that this budget will play a pivotal role in restoring the Indian economy back to the high growth path within the next 2 years. Having said that, in all fairness, I must also point out something in the budget which I did not like. What I did not like, I'm not too happy or excited about the fact that the allocation for the welfare of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe has not been larger than what has been provided for. It should have been much larger than what has been provided for. For example, in the year 2019-20, budgeted amount was 81,340 crore. The revised estimate for that year, last year or current year, is going to be 72,936, which means, sir, that 8,400 crore less would be spent on the welfare of the scheduled caste. In 2021, there is the target of 83,257, which is a very modest increase of 2.35%. So adjusted for inflation, this increase would be in fact negative. So what is needed, sir, is more effective implementation of the provisions which are made for welfare of scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, and larger provision needs to be made for SC/ST in future. And I'm very sure that in the years to come, in the next year and the year after, that restoration will be done in the constitutional spirit. With this remarks, sir, I commend the budget for passing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jadhav. Now, Mr. Abdul Wahab.